So, Nikhil, just now you were pretty riled up about talking about this topic, which is about, well, it's about what?
Guys, just give it for the problem child. Just give it for Jake Paul, man. Like, what the hell?
Well, give what to Jake Paul?
Give him the credit. Like, give
Credit?
him the credit. Why do I still need to have these stupid arguments on YouTube and freaking Twitter? It's ridiculous now. If for those who don't know, Jake Paul recently recorded a knockdown victory in the first round. All of his
Against-
fights, except for the Deji fight, have been 1 round KOs.
No, but Deji was an amateur fight.
Sure. Still, I'm saying
Yes.
that all of his recorded fights,
Okay.
only the Deji one went above more than 1 round.
Okay. Yeah.
That went 6 rounds, by the way.
So give Deji some credit.
I'm giving Deji a lot of credit, apparently. But again, I just wanna say that Jake's this hate has got to end, man. Like, what more? Like, you know what? Yeah, like, so he knocked out Ben Askren recently, and I went, okay, he knocked out Ben Askren. Then I saw it, and I was like, holy crap, he knocked out Ben Askren.
I mean,
That's painful
be
looking.
honest, Ben Askren has never been a very good striker.
Oh
to
my
begin with.
god.
And he just got off a hip injury. Hip injury.
How many more times am I gonna need to do this, man? Like,
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
no. I mean, you're not saying anything that I haven't heard. Like,
yeah.
like
in a
this
way.
is the thing that everyone's been.
He should at least challenge a guy that can strike.
Look, here's the thing, and here's my honest view on it. 3 boxers have walked up to Jake Paul and said, "Thank you, and you're doing a great thing for boxing." Mike Tyson, your idol.
Okay.
Oscar De La Hoya, a guy I have humongous respect for,
Okay.
and a third guy whose name I forgot. But
Okay.
but if
might as well just say 2, dog.
so Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya have gone up to him and told Jake Paul, "You're doing a great thing for boxing."
I don't know, man. It's all about the cash. If you
Look,
ask me.
he's no. Hey, wait. Okay. Yeah. Yes. It is all for the cash. I mean, if you're giving freaking Floyd Mayweather compliments and telling him, the sun shines out of his ass, Floyd is doing it. Anything he does is for money. He cherry picks fights. He doesn't come up to the main contenders. He always picks these sideshows. And he's given credence to this kind of fight with this Conor McGregor thing. I feel like we're just. Why are we attacking Jake about it? Is my question. The reason why we're attacking Jake about it is because of the showmanship involved, I guess. And this is where,
I mean, it's all about
these fights sell.
People don't like him for his disrespect. But then again, his nickname is the problem child. So, okay.
No, but okay, I agree with that. And okay, if you don't like him for a character reason, I guess I cannot say anything that's gonna change your mind. Because it's character reason. Character reasons are like, he could be doing this for many things, like promotional reasons. He could be doing it for, he has a brand and all these things. He could be doing that. But can we just sit back and acknowledge that Jake is a legit KO puncher?
Okay.
Please,
Yeah,
can we respect that
I mean-
and not go, the fight was fixed? Ben Askren was laughing after the fight. If I was Ben Askren, I'd laugh after the fight too. I got knocked out early, didn't take permanent brain damage from that hit, and I'm gonna earn money. Obviously, I would laugh,
Apparently, he made the most out of all his UFC fights. And one FC fights.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why UFC has a problem. Because boxing is gonna be here far after UFC is done. And the reason is, we're still only giving $10 million to John Bones.
No, even 10 million is hard.
Even $10 million is hard for a prime fight?
Yeah, man.
Are you out of your mind?
I don't think they have actually given him 10 million, man.
I think, honestly, UFC needs Elon Musk right now. Like that's how I feel. It's just getting ridiculous.
I mean, that's a whole different topic.
Yeah, it's a
to
whole
talk
different topic.
about,
Let me bring it back to
just-
Jake Paul.
That should be a topic we're going to be talking about soon.
Yeah.
That's okay. So anyway, okay.
So Jake Paul, right? Okay, so let me just say this.
He's a
about-
cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight. Okay.
Yeah, cruiserweight.
He's a cruiserweight.
Yeah, I think.
I thought he's a middleweight.
I think he's fighting at 190 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, right? Look,
Well, at least his,
all
his
I'm gonna
natural
say,
weight is cruiserweight.
all I'm gonna say is, Ben Askren came into that fight half cocked, not training properly, not looking after his body. Jake came in training hard. Like Jake trains hard. Like, have you seen the guy? Like, nothing Jake is doing is a game for him with this. He's taking it seriously. And both Nate Robinson and Ben Askren said, "Oh, we're gonna shut him up." Both got knocked the fuck out. I'm just saying, man. Like, who would you rather respect? The guy who prepares for the fight, or the guy who doesn't spar, or the guy who just comes in looking like he's just gonna fight him, whatever, and it's just gonna be a play fight? You know, who do you want to respect? Who do you want to respect?
Hey man, I don't know, man.
No, I'm asking seriously.
I
Like,
have a lot of bias here.
no. Tell me, who do you want to respect?
I will respect the guy that trains.
Obviously,
Yes.
that's common sense.
Yes.
It's not a new thing.
But I will respect the guy that paid his dues.
Again, we're talking about this in the sense where people are saying that Jake Paul is bad for boxing. Okay, he's not been given an unfair shot. No title matches have been given to him. No easy matches have been given to him. He's not been given a ranking match yet. He's fighting other guys to get the opportunity to do that. And oh, by the way, all of his fights, right in the last 3 fights at least, have been sanctioned pro fights.
Yeah, okay.
You know what that means,
Yes,
right? With a
yes.
sanctioned pro fight
Yeah,
means
yeah.
that it's a professional fight, despite whatever anyone wants to say. Now, people are going to say, "Oh, you got to face a real boxer." Do you know why no real boxer wants to fight Jake?
Why is that?
Because they're scared. Obviously.
Okay.
If there's one thing I can say that the world kind of sort of understands, is that if you knock out one guy, it's luck. If you knock out 2 to 3 guys in a row, that's a mean mother. I'm just saying.
Okay, he doesn't have to fight a legit pro. He could fight. Okay, honestly, you ask me. Okay, Tommy Fury is a big shout out.
Yeah.
Because that's what you said.
Yeah.
And apparently they have been going back and forth. Apparently he wants to fight a UFC fighter, but then again,
Daniel
if he-
Cormier.
No, Kamaru Usman.
Look, he's not gonna fight Kamaru
Yeah.
Usman. He's just saying that because, you know,
I mean, let's just say.
Kamaru Usman is like the flavor
'Cause
of
he's
the
the
month.
in guy right now, yeah.
It's just
But
it's just
okay,
a promo thing. He's not actually
uh,
going to fight Kamaru Usman.
Daniel Cormier, maybe he's a dangerous guy.
Cormier
Daniel
is the
Cormier
guy
is
that I think that he
dangerous.
might fight.
He has Daniel Cormier has a legit striking.
Nate Diaz is the
Yes,
guy.
Nick Diaz has a striking. You know what? Who's perfect? You know who's very perfect? This is a guy that is just got back from a suspension for marijuana.
Mhm.
Nick Diaz's brother, Nick. Nick Diaz has one pro fight in boxing. So it might be a very good, everyone
No.
misses Nick Diaz. Everyone, a lot of people miss Nick Diaz.
But if
You
I
know?
was Jake, why would I want to fight Nick Diaz?
Because he's a legit guy.
No, but then he's only got 1 win on his belt. Jake's
So?
got 3. No, Jake's got to fight Tommy. Jake's got to fight Tommy Fury, if you ask me.
Okay.
Because Tommy Fury is a boxer, right? Like, we want him to fight a real boxer that
Okay.
is boxing currently and is aiming for rankings.
Okay, alright.
So let Jake fight Tommy. Like, Nick, okay, I'm not taking anything away from Nick. And if you want to put Nick on a fight on the later card with him, okay. Like, let Nick fight another guy and then challenge,
okay, I'm
then
just
fight
saying.
Jake. No. I mean, I get what you're
I mean,
saying.
if Nick Diaz in MMA has been known for like pure pro boxing, Nick and Nate. Yeah.
I feel like we're at the point now where this is what I'm gonna say, right?
Okay.
We've gone down the progression line. Fucking beat Deji on an amateur fight. It's not a real fight.
Yeah,
Beat
okay.
this YouTuber guy
Yeah.
in a freaking pro fight. He just beat another YouTuber, nothing special.
Yeah.
Oh, he beat Nate Robinson. It was a basketball player, not really a special guy or whatever, right? Like just freaking Nate Robinson, just a basketball guy. Before all those fights, by the way, they were all saying that these guys were going to kill Jake. None of that happened. Then Ben Askren, like, oh, no, Ben, he's fighting Ben as a champion, you know, he's knocked people out in MMA, you know, like, Ben Askren, legit fighter, man. Like, Ben Askren is a legit fighter. And he knocked him out in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine if he then fought Nick. What are people going to say?
I mean, Nick
hasn't boxed in a while. Nick has been out due to marijuana possession. Who knows? Maybe Nick's still on marijuana. That's why he lost.
Yeah,
He
dude,
has only fought one fight. Not
Nick
really
can
anything
do
special.
a very good draw. And he's a legit striker. You know, if Jake Paul wins, he'll get a win over a legit striker and a legit hard man. You know?
I just...
Honestly, this is the guy that went the full rounds with Anderson Silva and Josh St. Pierre. Obviously, they lost because of points only. But yeah, he went the whole round. The whole fight. All the distance. They went the whole distance with these two guys.
I just feel like Nick is a fighter not for now.
Okay?
Like, he's a fighter for the future. Because here's the thing, right? If I was Jake, I'm never stepping foot in MMA.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, don't do it, because UFC and MMA, you're not multifaceted enough to be in those kinds of atmospheres and fights, and the payoff is just not worth it. In boxing, on the other hand, I fight in a field where if you do the right things and you learn the craft, you can, you know, be good at it. So
Okay.
if I was Jake, first of all, I would only take a boxing match. So then Nick has to come across to that.
Okay.
And then the thing is, if Jake fights Nick now, there's no benefit to Jake to do so. Only because
it will be a lose-lose situation. If he
Yeah.
loses, you know,
There-
his,
I
his
mean-
career is gone.
if he loses, I mean, Nick's only had one fight, and Jake is what everyone says, I guess. If he wins, on the other hand, he's just beaten the guy who's come off a suspension.
Hmm.
So there's no benefit to it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got Tommy, and Tommy's linked to a big name, Tyson. You got the fact that Tommy is a guy who's pretty much climbing the ranks right now.
Hmm.
Like, he's a hot name in boxing. Am I not?
Yeah,
Am
yeah.
I right or
He's
am I
quite
wrong?
well known. Yeah, he's on the way up.
Yeah, and I feel like Tommy is like right now the truth, right? Like, people like really think that he's going to be in his brother's like footsteps, in his own division. So
Yeah.
like, you gotta question whether or not, you know, like if Jake fights someone like that, even if Jake loses that fight, I feel people will be more like, he fought someone legit, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like Tommy Fury has a pretty good chiseled body. Definitely way better than Tyson Fury. I think how many fights has he got? Four. 4 fights. Makes sense. Undefeated still.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Like Jake, 4-0,
Yeah.
4-0.
Yeah. Well, Jake is 3 and Deji is not. Deji, you don't include Deji,
Fine.
yeah. So okay. I mean, okay. Yeah, I do. I really,
By the way,
but
just for the
honestly,
record,
Tommy Fury is quite dangerous for him, in my opinion.
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's,
can see it.
Yeah. He's very flamboyant.
Yeah.
Much more flamboyant than Tyson Fury.
He's definitely much more flamboyant.
Yeah.
It's quite funny because I feel like Tommy's so different to his brother.
Yeah.
Like, he's much more orthodox, much more.
You say orthodox. For me, he's unorthodox for me.
You think he's unorthodox?
Yeah, because he does not have the
traditional
orthodox
guard
stance. Yeah.
style.
His hands are pretty down.
Mm.
So, in a sense, I do see Jake Paul being delusional and gonna try a right hook.
People
him
say
or
that
right
Jake's unorthodox.
hook. Yeah. Jake is definitely unorthodox. Yeah. Jake is trying to be John Jones, Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones Jr.
It's not a Philly shell, but it's both hands down, or even like I don't know, like Roy Jones Jr. You can see him trying to channel his Roy Jones Jr. But okay, Tommy Fury is his guard is not. I'm not going to say bad, but his guard is down, so definitely exposes to right hand.
You know the funny thing
hooks.
about Tommy, right? And I'm sorry to interject. I just want to say, people have said that Tommy's only fought scrubs.
I mean,
in his 4 wins, like it's basically all been like set up fights. You know, like as in like fights that they know he's going to win.
Yeah, but then he's fighting legit boxers that turn pro.
I know, but
that's been doing that for a living.
Look,
so like
think about it. Tyson fought guys. Like Tommy's fighting guys that people expect him to beat, and I'm just saying if he faces Jake,
he's only 4-0. The only reason people have an issue with him is because he is connected to Tyson Fury. Every other people before they became classic contenders, they've always fought scrubs.
Actually, you know what? That is very true.
Yeah,
that's
Anthony
really
Joshua.
True,
you look at Anthony Joshua's first 5 fights. It's against legit boxers, but then he expected to win that. The only reason Tommy Fury is having negativity is because he's connected to Tyson Fury.
Right.
So, like the way you said, Jake Paul has to build up his record. The same can be said about Tommy Fury.
But that's what I mean. This is why this fight is perfect.
Yeah.
Both of these guys have built up from very different angles, because we know Tommy's a legacy boxer.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's come up with a bloodline and someone who's got the links into boxing now, and they're pretty much they pretty much built him for boxing all his life.
Yeah.
You know, on some level.
Marketing wise, there's no doubts.
He's a legacy guy for sure. And it's funny to see a legacy guy who's unorthodox.
Yeah.
By the way, I find that quite hilarious. But he's that guy. And then when you got a guy like Jake, and I feel Jake's come at the right time for Tommy, because if Tommy beats Jake, everyone's gonna remember it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Jake will make Tommy legit.
Yeah.
More so, can you imagine if Tommy beats Jake, and then Nick Diaz comes in, or Ryan Garcia, who I like personally.
No, Ryan Garcia is too legit. I mean, like
Ryan Garcia is too legit.
No. I mean, like he's already like an interim champion. Like he cannot like give Jake Paul an opportunity for a fight.
Did you know that Ryan Garcia is the guy who's been training Jake Paul?
Yes. So, but that's training. That's different. But giving him a title shot with Ryan Garcia, I don't think.
I'm just saying,
Jake Paul does not deserve that.
Jake Paul is facing the most intense body shots every single freaking day. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine taking Ryan Garcia's body shots every day?
Yeah.
Like, holy crap! Like that takes more than, I don't know, man. That takes some heart, man. Like, you don't do that. You don't wake up in the morning and go fight that guy. Like, I
mean, like, I understand. Like, Jake Paul has said that he has brain damage from all these things. So I mean, like, if you keep taking it from Ryan Garcia, you definitely will. Your liver is gonna be fucked anyway.
And people think that I'm saying, people think, right, that I'm having a go at Tommy Fury, and I'm like, hell no. I want Tommy Fury to fight Jake, because that's gonna be a good match. Like, I want to see it.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to see it because I like Tommy Fury. Why the hell would I want to watch a fighter I don't like?
Tommy Fury is like so different from his brother. He's like a chiseled body, good looking guy. Not saying Tommy Fury is not, but compared
like
to
Wade
Tommy,
Barrett.
It's like this guy could like ended up be a model if he's not a boxer.
I mean, his what do you call it? His accent kind of ruins it. But
okay, no, model, just a picture. Just a picture. Yeah. You know,
man. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
You see, this is the thing about Tommy that I like a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not even trying to insult Tommy by saying that he's fought scrubs. My thing with it is, Jake presents an opportunity here for Tommy, you know, and if Tommy loses, then fair play on Jake, because Jake has beaten a legitimate boxer. Mm-hmm. I'm sure people want to bring up the thing that guys only beat in scrubs and all that stuff. But
Okay.
you know, of course, people make excuses for anything.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I mean, the difference between that is that the scrubs that Tommy Fury has beaten are legit boxers. You know, they've been training boxing their life. You know, boxing is their way of life, their avenue of money. The bread on the bread is boxing, but Jake Paul has been fighting like they're not boxers. That's the difference. I'm not. That's the only difference. Like.
If you're a legit boxer and you see this big guy here making a reputation by beating the crap out of you, and what do we call those
What do
in
you
the
mean?
boxing world?
Like what?
We call those jobber fights.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but
I mean,
the only reason these guys are not fighting Jake is because Jake doesn't have a world ranking, and the only reason Jake doesn't have those rankings and stuff is because that opportunity is not being given to him. And the guy who comes along now and wants to give him that opportunity is Tommy. And you know what? That's what I like about Tommy. You know, Tommy isn't running away. Tommy isn't fighting with nothing on the line. He's fighting with his rankings on the line. That's a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
And it's going to help both of those guys. You know, that's how I feel about it.
Okay. Yeah. That's
And the great thing about that fight is I get that feeling. Ever since I've seen Jake fight, I get a feeling it won't go to decision. It's gonna finish in a
Yeah,
KO.
it's definitely gonna.
Someone's gonna knock each other out. Here.
Tommy Fury has a legit hook. I think one of the best hooks of recent times. But then again, he's fought unknowns. But
Right.
you know, against Jake Paul, that hook will do a lot of damage. No doubts.
I watched the highlights and Tommy fighting this guy, Callum Ida, and he pretty much destroyed that guy. Like, he didn't wait. Like that guy's a pretty tall guy, and he got rocked from the body shots, like back and forth. It just didn't stop, you know. So you're right about the hook.
Yeah.
I think. But the thing about Jake is, and the thing I like about Jake's thing is Jake knows where to hit. Like, if you looked at his past 2 KOs, those are deadly shots. Like, you don't make those punches unless you know you're gonna hit that damage. You know, like he didn't accidentally make those punches. He didn't flail his arms around. He went one palm to the side there, and that was it.
You gotta understand. You know how fast Tommy Fury is. His hands are very fast. He's the opposite of Tyson Fury. I do see a technical knockout. If it's not a knockout, it's technical. He's gonna rock Jake Paul a lot, and Jake Paul's not gonna respond, and it's gonna be a stoppage for me. He has very fast hands for a cruiserweight. Ultra fast hands.
Right. I mean, I agree with I agree that he's fast.
Yeah.
I just think that it's gonna be a lot closer than you think it's gonna be.
Okay.
Not because Tommy's not good, but because I feel like Jake will fight up to the occasion if they face each other. That being said, and you know what, this sounds like a great fight matchup, and I don't know, people don't want to give credit, I guess, but if you think about it, right, isn't this what you want to see? 2 young guys, making their way up in the world. They're not a main card yet. They're both like a lower card, but it's like the future. You know.
I mean, yeah, and honestly, sports in its basic form is entertainment in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, all of it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I mean, in terms of skill, in terms of the art itself, okay, benefit of a doubt, just let Jake Paul fight anyone he wants.
In the name of Ken Watanabe
Yeah.
from Godzilla. Let
But
them
yeah,
fight.
but you know what, I do think, okay, Tommy Fury is a very logical choice.
I'm all about it. But like the funny thing about it is that I don't know if you watched this video recently of KSI reacting to the Ben Askren fight.
Yeah.
KSI was just
KSI actually promised that he will put an end to Jake Paul.
Yeah, he did. He
Because
promised it. Yeah.
okay,
He guaranteed it technically.
Let's be very honest. KSI was the reason why Jake Paul and Logan Paul started boxing.
Sure.
Yep. No,
I'm
literally.
pretty sure it was Logan and KSI
Yeah, but he
was the
called
reason
out,
everyone started fighting.
No, but yeah, okay, but he called out Jake Paul first,
Right.
and
okay.
then Logan Paul.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, even Jake Paul has said like he did nothing. He was just laying out on his couch. He looked at YouTube and then suddenly, people tweeted at him saying that KSI just called you out.
Right.
So it would be like full circle if KSI decided to fight Jake Paul. It would literally be full circle.
I feel like KSI wants to, and I think
Yeah.
what's interesting is KSI I think realizes, and KSI said this, that Jake is better than Logan.
Yeah.
KSI said it,
Yeah.
and he said that Jake's not playing around. Jake's training for real.
Yeah.
And I think KSI thinks that he can definitely beat Jake, and that's a fight I want to watch too. Like, because I like KSI and I like seeing good fights, and I like seeing interesting fights. Maybe not like the highest quality of boxing in the world, but interesting definitely.
I mean, yeah, that's true in a sense.
Something that KSI mentioned, I think, was more to your thing. Like, he said something about Logan, about Jake having an awkward stance, and
Yeah.
KSI said that he's more of a Philly shell kind of guy. In that sense, and I don't know if you agree with that or not.
I mean, in a sense, I'm not sure. Obviously, it's very weird for a boxer coming in to start with those very advanced stance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you should actually just start with orthodox. But then again, it's okay. It's
Oh, Dazlan,
yeah.
you and your orthodoxness.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah, no, you gotta start with the basics. For me, peekaboo is the best.
As
not
I was gonna say to you,
not everyone can play.
nobody's
peekaboo.
fighting with peekaboo nowadays, bro.
Yeah, because
Live in the
literally-
present.
No, peekaboo is legit, but the thing is, there's no masters at it anymore. Like Kevin Rooney has brain damage. Okay,
Oh,
he can't. I mean, sorry to put it that way.
Ouch.
Concussion. Okay,
Concussion.
his boxing career has made him like not enough. Let's say
Defense.
he cannot pass on peekaboo as of yet anymore. Who's that guy who's an announcer now?
Lennox Lewis?
Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas like literally hates peekaboo now because he and Castamano had a falling out with Mike Tyson.
Ouch.
So he actually trained a lot of fighters after getting out of the Castamano Cat Skills gym. One guy was
Don't forget your boy Shannon Briggs.
he trained Shannon Briggs, but Shannon Briggs does not have peekaboo, even though he's from Brownsville
Right.
and trained under Tony Atlas.
Right.
There was another guy, the guy that what's his name? The guy that George Foreman knocked out for the heavyweight title in 1994. That guy he did not fight in peekaboo, even though he was trained by Tony Atlas. So the only guy right now that has peekaboo is Mike Tyson, but he has not passed that on to anyone that we know of. So peekaboo is becoming a very let's say, there's an anime called Hajime no Ippo. We talked about it.
Yeah.
There's Hajime no Ippo.
It's on our channel.
Is literally the last thing that's putting the legacy of Castamano
Yeah, I mean.
with peekaboo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, mainly because the main character uses it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to say. I feel okay. Before getting into boxing techniques,
Yeah.
it's a very scientific thing, and
Yeah. So that is
if you
another
wanna-
topic
yeah,
for
it's
another
a different
day.
day thing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna drag us back to Jake Paul here and Jake Paul KSI, the whole YouTube boxing scene, right? And based on what you're saying, actually, I feel like these YouTubers, right, bring an interesting standpoint for different styles, because I think the more people that get introduced to boxing, the more people can learn about all these new kind of styles. Because I feel like boxing took a turn after Tyson left the stadium. it took a turn to where people are more like, I gotta protect my brain, gotta protect my head,
Yeah.
gotta bob and weave, gotta use speed, you know. Everything became more speed based, and
Yeah. That makes sense.
everyone basically wanted to be an infighter.
That's a very good time for Peekaboo to come back up.
Yeah, and then don't forget the other thing,
Yep.
jabs.
Yes.
Peekaboo is not a jab inclusive style,
Yeah.
and boxing is all about jabbing, you know, right at this moment in time.
Yeah.
But we can argue about that point all day long. But what I'm trying to say is these kids have a chance now to come in and just entertain us, introduce us to new styles. Maybe different kids have different styles, you know. I want to say specifically to Jake, this one-hit knockout thing, like people know him that more than the guy who has a knockout streak of 16 KOs in a row, which is Berlanga.
Yeah.
And Berlanga is a guy who is a legit boxer, you know, and he's knocked out guys like a lot. Just to make it like, you know, I'm gonna pull out some stats here on Berlanga, and he's the guy who's pretty much known as a KO artist.
Yeah, Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah, Edgar Berlanga, and he's a guy known as a KO artist, and he's like known for knocking out guys. And people don't know much about Berlanga, you know, to my surprise. And I feel like that's a shame because he's such a good boxer, you know. He's a 100% KO specialist, you know. He's fought about 16.
Super middleweight.
Yep. And they call him the chosen one.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's
Talk
pretty.
about pressure.
He's got his record is 17-0 with 16 KOs.
17-0. Okay.
He's a record of 16 KOs in a round.
He's a minimum of 5 fights away from a title shot. You know, usually. But nowadays, 20 KOs is already enough to give you a title shot.
Yeah.
So maybe
I agree.
he's definitely gonna be a contender soon.
Yeah. His knockout record, by the way, was stopped after he won a unanimous decision against Demond Nicholson.
I mean, this is a good guy to be fighting Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you see, here's the thing. Nobody. Do you know who this guy is?
No, not really, man.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Even I only recently discovered him, and the reason why I was discovering him was I was trying to see if people had KO records in boxing, and Edgar Berlanga was the guy that suddenly like popped out on my screen. I was like, holy shit, this guy was going on 16 KOs in a row, like 16 knockouts back to back to back
What
to
is
back.
his name? The Chosen One.
The chosen one. He's 23 years old. You know, like this is the guy.
He's 6'1". I mean,
Yep.
6'1" at super middleweight. He could very well be fighting at light heavyweight or cruiserweight as well.
That's what I mean.
He could work his way up.
He's
Could,
right
yeah.
now fighting in he's right now fighting super middleweight.
Yeah.
But he could be easily fighting in any of the weight classes in
Yeah,
that
light heavyweight at
range.
least.
Yeah.
Or even cruiserweight.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, this is a New York boxer. Like, freaking hell, boxers from New York are coveted.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's not had more press thing. And this is what I mean about Jake and Tommy. You want to know the honest truth? I did not know who Tommy was until Jake brought him up.
Oh, no, I knew him about him already.
Yeah, now, and then I went and I looked him up, and I was like, holy crap! Now I want to watch these two fight because these two look great. And for Berlanga, I feel like, you know, a guy who people don't know about. Go and look up Edgar Berlanga. If you're a guy who's into boxing or martial arts or whatever, you need to look at these kind of boxers because there's too much good talent, you know. And these YouTubers can help that.
Yeah,
They can help
that's
that.
True. That's true.
You know, again, like Logan's getting a fight against Floyd, and you want my honest opinion? That's just Floyd. It's Floyd being the villain,
Yeah.
the greedy bastard.
Is it even a pro fight or is it gonna be an exhibition?
It's I don't know
Because
what
like Floyd fought that Japanese guy exhibition. It's not a pro fight.
So it wasn't even a fight. That was something.
Does not make sense.
That was bullying, basically.
Yeah. Talk about I don't know, man. That looks like a work for me.
And why don't you see? He's willing to fight a kickboxer, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't he fighting Inoue?
I don't know.
Yeah, come on, Floyd, fight Inoue.
I think, you know,
Fight
it's a
him, fight
different
him, fight him,
weight
fight him.
class, man.
Come on, bring it. Go fight the Japanese guy that can easily make you puke your guts on the floor. He won't do that shit because he's Floyd Mayweather. He likes to run away.
Man, I mean,
That's all he does in his whole career, just run away.
but his Philly shell's legit.
I will never argue the technical ability of Floyd Mayweather because
yeah.
obviously Floyd Mayweather is a good boxer. No one is
very
debating.
good, like
No one is ever
legit.
debating
Good
that.
level.
Yeah,
good level
he's up there. Yeah, but
you know what I say? The guy that has no brain damage is the real champ, and he is the real champ.
look, okay, fine, but you know what I say? Floyd fights when he knows he's got nothing to lose.
I mean, okay.
I might as well watch paint dry if I have to watch a Floyd Mayweather fight. Like he went into the Conor McGregor thing. How many matches was that? It was one match or two matches?
One match.
It was only one match,
10
right?
rounds, technical knockout.
Yeah, that tells you all you need to know about
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather. And
But in his defense, Conor was the one that called him out in that fight.
how many people have called out Floyd?
Yeah.
I can tell you hundreds of people have called out Floyd. How many does he respond to? Only the ones that he knows that he can win.
Yeah, okay.
How many years he spent ducking Manny?
Hey,
Will he
man.
ever fight Terence Crawford?
We don't know.
Nope.
Don't.
The day he steps into the ring with Terence Crawford is the day I will believe anything you say to me. Right now, he'd rather fight Logan Paul. That tells me all I need to know about that.
I mean, okay, yeah, alright. I understand.
Don't get me started on Floyd, man. Like, what the hell?
So Floyd is another topic we can talk about.
But I'm just saying, what I like about Jake is that it's an avenue. It's a great avenue. People need to embrace Jake Paul. Okay, you can dislike Jake Paul for the persona, but when he wins, don't take that away from him.
Yeah, okay.
Like, don't take away his win from him. It's like people trying to piss on something, right? When you've worked hard for months, dieting for boxing is not easy. I can't fucking do it,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you can do it.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
I
Not
cannot.
like
I cannot do the weights. I can do everything else, but nothing
okay,
about
so
the food. I can't
me
do
and
the food.
Dazlan can't do that shit.
Yeah,
I
I
bet
can't do
half the people who watch boxing can't do that. And then you go and you piss on him and you say it's fixed, this, that, he's not fighting a real boxer. I don't know, man. Like, if you have the guts to put on gloves, go fight in that ring. You're a boxer to me. That's how I feel. And heck, if you guys don't even know who Edgar Berlanga is, don't come at me with real boxers. You don't even watch real boxers. Because if you did, you would know that name. So,
alright.
come on, give me a break. Like, seriously, people want to have a go at Jake Paul for trying to fight and build the boxing brand up. You all worship UFC, but what has UFC done for you?
What
Nothing.
have UFC even
It's
done to the fighters?
It's allowed Khabib to go hide somewhere
Yeah.
and never have to fight again.
Yeah.
It's pretty much put a guy like John Bones on exile, basically.
Yeah.
You can't even fight a main event fight without
Yeah.
paying him like a proper fighter.
And he's a legit goat.
And he's a legit goat.
Yeah.
And Dana White wants to have an argument with Oscar De La Hoya
Yes.
about why boxing is having an issue. Like, mess me with that. Come on.
I don't know. So okay.
Oscar's a legend. Dana White's a chump. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, so alright. That's what our topic is about Jake Paul
Yeah.
and boxing in general.
Yeah.
Berlanga, watch out for that name, as well as Tommy Fury.
I'm definitely gonna look up for Edgar Berlanga now.
Yeah.
Like, see,
I
Tom,
like
and I'm
Tommy
gonna look up for Tommy
Fury.
Fury now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
like,
yeah.
and for me personally, like, I don't care who wins or loses. Like, that's not my point. Like, I know people place a lot on the winning records and stuff, but for me, like, I want to see like good boxers get promoted in the right ways, And if Terence Crawford, is a good boxer, he will beat Manny Pacquiao, obviously.
I understand.
I feel like Manny is a guy who deserves more respect, but that's my personal opinion on that, and can't be helped. And then with the Jake thing, all I have to say is, hey, all Jake has done is fought whoever's in front of him.
Mhm.
If you want to stop him, fight him.
Yeah, okay.
Like, actually get in the ring and fight him.
Yes, that's a fair point.
Like, don't duck.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. And Tommy's not ducking by the looks of it.
Yep.
Tommy actually wants to fight him, and I respect Tommy Fury
Is
for that.
Jake Paul want to fight him?
Of course, Jake Paul wants to fight him.
Okay, then.
Jake was on Max on Boxing. Go watch that show. It's a great show. Max Kellerman on Boxing. And he was saying to Jake, I want to fight Tommy. Our guys are working something out to fight, you know. And I want them both to fight. And I want it to be a good match.
Okay.
That's just me.
So, all right.
Actually,
No
make it
issues.
more than one round, huh?
All right, no issue there.
No issue.
Okay, so I think that's a very eventful topic for today. I'm going to have to look out for Belanga as well as who else was it?
Tommy, Belanga.
Tommy Fury,
Yeah.
Jake Paul,
Jake
obviously,
Paul,
Logan
obviously.
Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight. So yeah,
Honestly, that's the only fight where I'm like, but whatever. Lah. It might be interesting to watch.
yes. So okay, that's a eventful topic for today. So we're gonna end it here. So
You guys like boxing topics? If you guys
Yes.
wanted to talk more about boxing, please mention it down below
yes,
as well.
and if you have any boxers that you think that is not getting their due, just list them in the comment below, and any underrated boxer that you think is going to be the next big thing, list it down below, and of course don't forget to subscribe.
And don't forget, guys, on top of YouTube, we're going to be posting some of these episodes on our Instagram and
Yes.
our relevant
and
Facebook
Facebook as well.
as well. We're going to be posting it on IGTV, on our personal IGTVs,
Yes.
mainly mine or Dazlan's. We'll link each other as well, and then
Yes.
that should be an interesting thing to do.
Yep.
More platforms mean more access for you guys. So
Yes.
I'm glad to keep having these conversations and stuff.
Yes. So okay, guys. Of course, thank you for having you guys for watching in, tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button.
Hit that bell button, guys.
Hit that bell button. And today has been a very good episode of Just Talk TV.
Yep.
Yes.
We will see you on the flip
See
side.
you on the flip side.